Take you back now to our leading story. Former South African Airways chairperson Dudu Myeni has been granted bail alongside with former Bosasa executive Trevor Mathenjwa. The pair appeared in the Richards Bay Magistrates Court earlier today and on corruption and fraud charges. For some reaction now, I'm joined by Wayne Duvenage, CEO of organisation Undoing Tax Abuse. Wayne, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for your time. You've been very vocal over the years about Dudu Myeni's role at SAA. I mean, as far back as 2017, you, together with the SAA pilots, filed a court application for Myeni, who was the organization's chairperson at the time, to be declared a delinquent director. I mean, listening to the court outcome today, what is your reaction?
Yeah, look, I mean, we are very happy with this. We welcome this development. As far as we're concerned, people who have been found wanting in state capture matters and in corruption and fraud that has taken place over a number of years in South Africa, it's extremely important that we see accountability being meted out. And as far as we're concerned, Dudu Myeni has a lot to answer for. We see how she conducted herself, trying to not give us much information as she should have at the Zonda Commission. As you said earlier, we've had her declared a delinquent director in court for life, so she may never serve on a board ever again, not even as the chairperson of the Jacob Zuma Foundation. But that's not enough, you know. These transgressions and fraud and corruption need to be met with jail time if she is guilty, and that's actually what we're looking for, real accountability. Remove people like Dudu Myeni from society, and she must pay the consequences of her action.
In this matter, the National Prosecuting Authority's investigating directorate alleges that during her tenure as chairperson, she failed to disclose her interest under the SAA conflict of interest policy, which then resulted, of course, in a string of personal benefits from Bosasa. You speak about a lot to answer to, as, of course, you make reference to the sort of attitude and demeanor she had during the State Capture Commission of Inquiry. What does this now tell us about the many questions that are still left hanging as the NPA, really holds her onto getting some sort of accountability in one aspect of a much bigger picture?
Yeah, so look, you only need to be found guilty on one aspect of serious crime in the Companies Act, and your jail time can be up to 15 years or more on fraud and corruption. And we're seeking that. I think she has been involved in so much, but it seems to us that what they have then, we hope it is very strong evidence of her conduct, the conflicts of interest. You know, we had to stop a BNP Capital deal that was going down where SAA was going to pay to a boutique finance house 249 million rand when it didn't need to do so. That led to Cynthia Stimple's removal because she got in the way and blew the whistle on that. And it's so sad that civil society had to put up these barriers to prevent the state from losing money unnecessary to other companies. Now that, to us, that type of conduct, and there was quite a lot of it, and the way she handled the whole Emirates deal and so forth, is just a chairperson, a non-executive director getting in the way of the operations, making sure that money flowed to connected cronies. This is grossly unacceptable behavior. She should never have been in that position in the first place, but obviously this catered deployment conduct of the ANC played itself out quite openly during Jacob Zuma's years, and she found herself on an SAA board. I mean, it was quite despicable what happened there. So this is good news for civil society. This is good news for the country, and we are so far behind. We need to see far more of this. So we welcome it, but we want to see this transpire into orange overalls and jail time.
During her tenure as chairperson, SAA lost billions of rands over a period of 5 years, despite the fact that it was profitable between 2010 and 2012. How has her tenure affected what SAA looks like today?
Well, it brought it to its knees. You know, it was a going concern. It was a good airline. Obviously the pandemic had a damaging effect, but even prior to the pandemic, SAA had to go into business rescue. Had it not done so, it might not have existed today. In the normal circumstances, a business of this nature under those circumstances would have folded, would have closed down, as we have seen a number of airlines with Kulula and One Time and others when they cannot meet their requirements. And so we, the public, you and I, bailed them out continuously to just keep them afloat. And it didn't have to go there. This airline had a good reputation. It had a good brand. It had good service levels. And it was trashed in a matter of 5 years. It was, and we just saw good expertise, commercial directors, the Treasury under Cynthia Stimple, Tulium Share, and people like Sylvain Bosk and Wolf Meyer, all being kicked out of this organization who did so much good to make it operate. And when you lose talent like that, these airlines and businesses come crashing down. And she did. She was at the head of all of that under her tenure.
Very well. Thanks for reacting. Leaving it there for now. CEO of Organization Undoing Tax Abuse, Wayne Duvenage, giving his bit on our leading story, former South African Airways chairperson Dudu Myeni being granted bail.